Okay, good evening and welcome to the Hanson Select Board meeting of Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. This meeting is being recorded by Whitman Hanson Community Access Television. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by the Scouts, Troop 68.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well done. It's nice to hear more than just our voices doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
Over and over again.
All right. First off, we want to welcome you folks. We're thrilled to have you here, and thank you for caring. And I hope that as you go on your journey as scouts and as fine young people, that you think about being involved in your local government, and for sure voting. It's a privilege denied many. Okay, I will stand off of my soapbox now, Mr. Gill, and you can read the announcements. Okay.
Thank you. We're looking for citizens at large to become members of the following committees. The Bylaw Committee for a 3-year term. There are 3 openings available out of the 5. The Cable and Internet Committee is also a 3-year term with 3 openings available out of the 5. The Capital Improvement Committee is also a 3-year term with 1 opening available out of the 5. And the Energy Committee is a 1-year term with 2 openings available out of the 5. The Historical Commission is a 3-year term with 2 openings available out of the 5. And the Memorial Day and Patriotic Observance Committee is a 1-year term with 3 openings available out of the 5. Volunteer applications may be found at the town website, www.hanson-mass.gov, or by calling the Select Board's office at 781-293-2131. The MBTA Community Informational Forums will be held, the 3rd one will be held at the Hanson Middle School, 111 Liberty Street, on October 2nd from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., which is hosted by the Select Board. There's going to be a retriever/waterfowl training at the Senior Center on Wednesday, October 1st at 10 in the morning. All are welcome to watch, and anyone with a dog can participate. How exciting. The Electronic Recycling Day will be held at Indian Head School on October 4th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., held by the Whitman and Hanson Dollars for Scholars. Residents and non-residents can dispose of their unwanted electrical items, which they may not be able to do away with by the conventional trash methods. A fee will be assessed, which will support DFS's Scholarship Awards Program. There's a special town meeting at the Hanson Middle School, 111 Liberty Street, on Monday, October 6th at 6:30 p.m. A trunk or treat will be held at the Indian Head School on Saturday, October 18th at from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, with a rain date the following Saturday on October 25th. The Hanson Public Library Foundation is sponsoring another year of music in the library on Tuesday, October 21st at 6:30 p.m., featuring Indian Head Elementary School teacher Gordon Engelman and his jazz trio. To register, visit hansonlibrary.org/calendar, and Hanson Library is all one word. The foundation is also holding their annual holiday party gift sale on Saturday, October 25th. Drop in any time between 9 in the morning and noon to find a wide variety of items for all ages. Proceeds will help support enriching programs at the Hanson Public Library. A flag retirement ceremony will be held in honor of Veterans Day. Hanson Troop 68 will hold a flag retirement ceremony on November 24th, 2024 at the Town Hall lawn from 6 to 7:30 p.m. A half-drum steel container will be used to retire the flags in a small fire. Citizens will be invited to attend and bring any flags that need to be retired. And the upcoming meetings, as mentioned, there's a town meeting Monday, October 6th at 6:30, and there are 2 select board meetings upcoming on October 14th and October 28th. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, well, that was quite a marathon of announcements. It's a very busy social time of the year. So that brings us to some actual business that we must conduct. First up is, old business, discuss and vote recommendations for October special town meeting. In the interest of Mr. Keeley and, Mr. Kinshirf's and, Ms. Francesi's, time, I'm thinking that we probably want to, jump right into the, do the town meeting warrant run-through, and then we'll circle back. So, if you ladies can just keep me honest that we circle back to those other items. So let's run through it, shall we? Mr. Keeley, how did you want to proceed? And just, so that we've got an informed audience, Mr. Keeley is our town moderator. He is the gentleman who runs our town meeting, where we vote on, our budget, basically, for the town. So how much will the roads get? How much will the schools get? How much will town employees get? All of that library, all of those wildly exciting things that you guys are dying to know about. So that's, the voters of Hanson go to the meeting, and Mr. Keeley tries to keep everybody behaving the way that they should, and being respectful, and talking, and giving their opinion, and debating of the articles. And so what we're doing tonight is, we've got a meeting, scheduled for, this coming Monday, and we're doing a run-through of all of the different things that people have asked for, and, Mr. Keeley's gonna kind of run through it with us, okay? So, and then in front of Mr. Keeley is our town accountant, and he's the money man. He knows how much money we have, he knows what we can afford, and he kind of keeps us honest about that. And then our town clerk, is the one who works with our office on posting this, and on a variety of other things, and I highly recommend at some point, maybe you guys do a tour of her office, so she could tell you all the stuff that she does, because I can't even articulate it all. Okay, Mr. Keeley, how would you like to proceed?
Yeah, and just add to that, that was a great description, but town meeting is one of the oldest forms of continuous direct democracy in the country. Open town meetings have been happening in this area of the country since the 1620s. And it's quite amazing that in this day and age, you can have any registered voter in the town of Hanson can come to the meeting and sit as the legislature, the legislative branch. The select board presents articles, the finance committee makes recommendations, and then everybody has a chance to speak on an issue and then to vote. And so it's a wonderful way to get involved. And it'd be great if Troop 68 could come and do the Pledge of Allegiance at town meeting as well. But I
Yeah,
understand
if you're able to, they could sit in the visitors section. And, you know, the thing about town meeting is, one person can make a big difference. Your vote can make a difference, and you can also get up to that microphone, and you can try to convince people to vote for something or not vote for something, and explain why you're doing it, and you might change people's minds. So keep it in mind. I know it may sound like a snooze fest, but it really isn't.
Well, people might argue with me. Should I come up and I can read?
Yes,
through
please.
these? Is that what you were envisioning?
Yes.
Envisioning?
We call this the witness stand.
Yeah. This is new, so I'm getting used to it.
We need a better spotlight.
Yeah.
All right, so I would just take it, I'll read the articles. I won't read the explanations.
Yep.
And then if there's any questions, we can go through those. So Article 1, I move the town vote to transfer $16,180.11 from free cash to pay unpaid bills from prior fiscal years as printed in the special town meeting informational warrant. This requires a 9/10 majority vote. There's no, any issues expected on this?
No. But now we've called the universe in on that, so.
So true. I'm going to, instead of going line by line, I'll just try and, I'll see if anybody has an objection.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yep.
There will be. Article 2, I move the town vote to raise and appropriate $131,000 for the purpose of funding the collective bargaining agreement with the Hanson Police Relief Association for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025.
So we have just finished all of our union negotiations, so each
good.
one of those will be in the warrant.
Excellent. Article 3, I move the town vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $112,731 for the purpose of funding the collective bargaining agreement with the International Association of Firefighters, Local 2713, for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025. And if anybody plans on saying anything, let me know and
I'll
make a
point
quick
out
note.
to you the articles in which I think we will have
Okay.
somebody, or that we would do well to have somebody get up and explain. Mr. Kincher.
Okay, usually, Sean usually asks me before the meeting what we have in our different balances. So, do you want me to share that with you now, or?
Sure, I don't see a
Yeah,
problem.
so basically, there's 4 funding sources for this town meeting. One is free cash, so we have, $3 million in certified free cash. If everything passes, we'll have $1,962,000 left.
Can you say that number again?
$1,962,000 left. So if everything passes at town meeting, that's how much we'll have left in free cash.
We have 3 million on the nose?
3,064,000, I round it. 3,064,000, yep. So it's 3,064,123, the exact amount. And, if everything passes, we'll spend 1,101,887, leaving us with a balance of $1,962,236. So that's the big portion of the free cash. There is some retained earnings being used for Camp Kawani in the budget. Right now, it got certified at $148,000. If everything passes, we'll be spending $31,000 of retained earnings. There'll be $117,000 left in retained earnings for Camp Kawani. And we are spending $14,100 in ambulance receipts. That'll leave a balance of $888,000 in the ambulance fund. And when we did our projections, you'll notice some of the funding sources are raise and appropriate. We're gonna have $367,000 coming from raise and appropriate. But when we did our projections, we left a little wiggle room, so we do have enough money in the levy to fund those projects.
Okay.
So that's it. Just wanted to go over those things.
And what's in stabilization there?
$1,724,878.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you're gonna start off by asking him? Yeah.
Yeah. Eric usually gives me a nice printout.
Yeah.
What all the numbers are, so that's wonderful. Let's see, so Article 3, wait a minute. Yep, Article 3. I move the town vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $112,731 for the purpose of funding the collective bargaining agreement with the International Association of Firefighters, Local 2713, for the fiscal year beginning July 1st. I just read that. Article 4, I move the town vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $23,000 for the purpose of funding the collective bargaining agreement with the Hanson Highway employees, AFSCME, Council 93, Local 1700, for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025. Article 5, I move the town vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $40,300 for the purpose of funding the collective bargaining agreement with the administrative professional employees, AFSCME, Council 93, Local 1700, for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025. Article 6, I move the town vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $56,087 for the purpose of funding wage expenses for non-union personnel and contractual obligations for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025.
And this is one we will have somebody speaking to.
Okay, do you know who?
Lisa.
Lisa?
Yep.
Okay.
What he's reading is the same articles, but the wording is totally different.
He's reading motions.
Right.
Which is the motion
And
that's
that's okay
being
that it
made.
doesn't
Yes,
match, like, cause he's not, we don't have the union numbers.
Well, if you look down in the explanation, you'll see the union numbers.
Yeah,
Not
So he's
all of
doing,
them.
he's going, kind of combining those two things.
Okay, as long as it's
yes,
okay.
this is standard.
Okay.
The motion typically takes the article itself and presents it to town meeting as a motion that they're making to spend the money and what the
Right.
source of funding is.
Yeah. I thought it was
Yep.
usually much closer than it is right now, but it's,
Yeah, it may have been rewritten in
okay.
intervening days. All right, number 7, Article 7. I move the town vote to transfer $50,000 from free cash to supplement the construction costs of the Pratt Place culvert replacement construction.
And Ms. Green, I believe we are going to need either you or Mr. DeFrias to speak about that. Okay, so,
Article 8. I move the town vote to transfer $3,500 from free cash for the purpose of funding the advertising budget. Okay.
did you want to speak to that, or do you think do you think the explanation is sufficient?
Well, I don't think people realize that,
I think we need
that's the
some-
reason we have to ask for so much more money, because it's so much more expensive, because the Whitman Hanson Express is gone.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to
You're gonna have to say
bolster that a little bit by speaking to the fact that we no longer have a newspaper, and as a result of that, the costs are going up because we've got to go to the Enterprise and the Patriot Ledger. Okay.
Article 9, I move the town vote to transfer $40,000 from water enterprise receipts for a new security camera system to be placed at the town's Crystal Spring Wellfield site and at the water department office located at 1073 West Washington Street.
I don't know if Water's planning on speaking, so that,
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
it is self-explanatory.
Article 10, I move the town vote to transfer $120,000 from water enterprise receipts to fund the purchase and installation of an emergency generator for the deep well at Crystal Springs Wellfield, including all costs incidental and related thereto. Article 11, I move the town vote to raise and appropriate $4,500 for the purpose of funding the town-wide postage account. A lot of stamps.
It's a lot of stamps.
Article 12. I move the town vote to transfer $50,000 from free cash to supplement the fiscal year 2026 Regional Public Safety Communications Assessment.
I think the explanation's pretty solid on that, so I think yeah.
Article 13. I move the town vote to transfer $146,097.45 from free cash for the purchase of 2 new police cruisers.
And we're going to want, Chief Casey to speak to that. It is self-explanatory, but we will get questions, or why aren't you driving it into the ground? Or my vehicle, I can drive 200,000, et cetera, so he's gonna need to explain what the thought process is on that.
Classic town meeting question. All right. Article 14. I move the town vote to transfer $125,000 from free cash to purchase technology equipment to enhance the cybersecurity and network design of the town of Hanson technology infrastructure.
And we're definitely gonna want our IT director, I hope Matt's planning on being there, to talk to this, and also Article 15,
What's Matt's last name?
Tochio.
Tochio.
Tocchio.
Okay, very good. Article 15, I move the town vote to transfer $68,000 from free cash to purchase Microsoft 365.
So we'll have Matt address that one.
Quite frankly, can't believe we don't already have that.
Yeah, oh,
I know.
yeah.
Article 16, I move the town vote to transfer $21,000 from free cash to restore funds cut from the library's budget at the May 2025 town meeting, as well as restore staffing hours and operating hours lost from cuts in 2010.
I know this is very important to the library and to the library foundation, so I'm gonna give them some grace, and I'm gonna think that they probably wanna have somebody talk to it, although I think it's self-explanatory.
Karen's actually already asked to make a
Okay.
presentation,
Okay.
so I think that'll be
oh,
the best time to
A
do it.
presentation about this?
I believe so. Are there other library?
It's the only library.
She had asked to have both material out in the lobby and also to make a 5-minute presentation.
Okay, all right.
So I told her that that was fine with me, but I'll talk to her. Maybe she,
I'll defer to you, it's your meeting, and I'll defer to Karen, but I'm not sure that there's gonna be a lot of pushback on that, and I'm not sure that a presentation is needed, but I will defer to both of you.
sure. And the library asked for so little.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate to say no
Yeah.
on something like that. All righty. Article 17, I move the town vote to transfer $40,000 from free cash to pay for safety repairs on fences on all athletic fields. Article 18, I move the town vote to transfer $149,000 from free cash for the purchase of a rubber-wheeled excavator.
We will need, Mr. Jasmine, Richard Jasmine, our highway, director, to, speak to 18 and 19. He did speak at the Maytown meeting, but it may not be all of the same people, and people may have questions, and Rich is the guy.
He knows he's gonna be speaking, though?
He knows, yeah, this is important, he knows that he'll likely have to get up, so, yeah. And we will let him know proactively that he needs to.
Okay. Article 19, I move the town vote to transfer 149, wait a minute. It's not the same thing?
1978.
19 is 78,000, it's a skid steer loader.
You have a-
Oh, I've got
Wait a minute.
the wrong motion then.
Hold on.
I have the right article in here, but not the right motion.
Oh, you know what, I think we somehow missed that one.
All right, can you guys just rectify that, and we'll just keep
Yeah.
chugging along
Print me
here?
out a new motion.
Okay.
I'll make it up as I go here. I move the town vote to transfer $78,000 from free cash for the purchase of a skid steer loader.
Alright.
Should all be able to ride on those at some point.
Is that part of it?
Article 20, I move the town vote to transfer $7,500 from the ambulance account for the purchase of 2 new stair chairs for the Hanson Fire Department.
I don't think there's gonna be a need, for, the chief to get up, but I know he'll be there if there are questions. The explanation's pretty self-explanatory.
Article 21, I move the town vote to transfer $6,600 from the ambulance account for the purchase of 2 new video, oh dear God, laryngoscopes.
How do you say it?
Laryngoscopes?
Laryngoscopes?
Laryngoscope.
There we go.
Laryngoscopes.
All right.
I
It's a
don't
new
even.
vocabulary word. There you go, all right.
You know, no sooner have I learned how to say phragmites than you
Yeah.
throw
Phragmites.
laryngoscopes at
Look
me.
at that.
All right. Very good. Article 22, I move the town vote to transfer $15,000 from free cash for the cost share of a federal radio equipment grant totaling over $200,000 for the Hanson Fire Department. Article 23, I move the town vote to transfer $45,360 from free cash to purchase and install an awning to be placed between the senior center and the Supportive Day Program building. somebody be here to speak to that?
We'll have, Charlie Baker, our, facilities person will be, there, and I believe, Mary Collins, the senior center director, will be there, but I do think the explanation's pretty self-explanatory. They don't ask for a lot of money, and it's not a huge dollar amount, so I don't think it will be controversial, but perhaps I've just called the universe in on us, so. You just don't know.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I move the town to transfer $2,000 from free cash to cover the increased cost of legal notice and advertising.
Well, this is the Board of Health,
It's
though.
Board of Health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
They have
Yeah.
the same problem we have,
Increased,
yeah.
should I make the motion then include legal notice of advertising for the Board of Health?
It should say Board of Health, because it's proposed by the Board of Health, and the funding's gonna go to the Board of Health specifically.
Okay. Article 25, I move the town vote to rescind and replace the May 5th, 2025 annual town meeting budget vote to operate Camp Kawani during fiscal year 2026 under the provisions of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 44, Section 53, F and a half, as printed in the informational warrant.
So, Mr. Kincher, what are your thoughts on this? Because it was quite mystifying to everybody.
My thoughts are, it's gonna be the same budget, but there's enough budget here to make the budget self-sufficient, so that's the difference.
But do you think you should get up and explain this in a succinct way so that
Sure.
people understand what's happening? Because I think it's gonna be challenging for anybody else too. Okay, all right, thank you.
Holy moly.
Article 26, I move the town vote to amend the Hanson General Bylaws, Article 3-21, Sections 1 through 11, Stormwater Management, as printed in the informational warrant.
We have a lot of reading to do.
That's quite, yeah, it's a little bit of light, reading.
Yeah.
Just read it over your morning coffee.
This is a question for town council, but I don't need a two-thirds majority for this, do I?
It's
I
a
have
zoning, zoning, what do you usually require? What are you requiring for MBTA community? Okay, so yeah, check with Jay on it.
Yeah.
Town
Uh,
council.
I was talking to Jean Kelly, and she said that, the bylaw needs just a majority, and for some reason, Tony DeFreitas told her that the MBTA just needs a majority as well. But I wouldn't.
Can we,
I thought that.
trust but
MBTA
verify on that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought
All right.
MBTA only required a majority as well, but
Okay.
these bylaws get confusing
There's
sometimes.
pitfalls for the unwary, which we do not want to fall
No,
into.
we're gonna do everything correctly.
And Mr. DeFrias should,
Address this one.
explain this.
Okay.
And/or Mr. Campbell, I'm not sure, who they're gonna lead with there, but,
And it's not gonna be, it's gonna just be the final one. Right now, we have the struck out version. and
no, this is what people are going to see,
This
because
is
they're
what they're
trying
gonna
to
see.
show what they've changed. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
yep.
That makes it even better.
Article 27. I move the town vote to amend Article 3-22 of the general bylaws of the town of Hanson to include the following regulations regarding discharges to the municipal storm drain system as printed in the informational warrant.
So again, that would be the same dynamic duo, Mr. Campbell and Mr. DeFreitas.
Can I have to double check with them, but absolutely, you can circle back around and double check.
Yeah.
And that's the end, right?
Uh,
Yeah, that's the end.
I'm just kidding.
yeah, that's it, Sean.
Roll it.
So,
Such a jokester.
before I read the I'll read the motion. Article 28, I move the town vote to amend the town of Hanson zoning map to include an MBTA Communities Multifamily Overlay District. The MCMOD consists of the following parcels: 49-0-12, 50-0-101, 42-0-19K, 43-0-1, 42-0-17, 42-0-19J, 42-0-18, 42-0-56, 42-0-11, 43-0-29, 43-0-30, as shown in the informational warrant and on file with the town clerk's office, and to amend the town of Hanson land use regulations zoning bylaw by adding section 6O, MBTA Communities Multifamily Overlay District, MCMOD, to meet the requirements of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 3A, as printed in the informational warrant. Now, I'll make the motion, I'll get a second, and then would you like to make the presentation?
Yeah, so, so it's going to be a collective effort, because, we think that there's different disciplines that we really need to hear from. I'll kick it off, and then we're going to turn it over to Mr. DeFrias, who will talk about how the zone was created, what it means, and that it's a zone. It's not requiring anybody to build or the town to do anything specific, it's just a zone. And then we have got, town council who will be there as town council, but he's also going to play a part in presenting, what the legal landscape is right now. You know, where we've landed on our, the suit that we brought against the state, where Milton landed on their lawsuit, what the likelihood of any legislation, that's been proposed is in passing. What would it look like if we decide to, fight the state when they come for us at the end of the year? What's the likelihood of us winning that, all of that. And then we will, he may touch on grants, and if he does, then we won't have Ms. Green speak. If he doesn't speak on it, Ms. Green may touch very lightly upon the grants that we, have been told we're not getting, as a result of our noncompliance, and then, she will touch upon the grants that we have applied for, that we will not get if we continue to be non-compliant. So I understand that, you know, our mission is to try to wrap this up quickly, but, as a group, we've really talked about, you know, we did a postmortem of what went right and what did not go right the last time that we had this article, and emotions were so high at that meeting that we literally didn't present anything. And we are committed to presenting the facts, and then people can vote based on the facts. So I hope you'll give us a little bit of latitude. We are gonna try to keep it to like a 15-minute, this is so much material to go through. We've been doing the forums, we've had 2 forums so far, and we'll have another one on Thursday. And we've been getting into tremendous amount of depth on those, because people are there to have their questions answered and to be educated. We won't get into that amount of depth, and Ms. Green and Mr. DeFrias and I spoke today, and I was like, we've gotta scale stuff back, we've gotta, you know, like hit the high points, and then if people ask us questions, we'll be ready to respond, but it won't be all in the presentation.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get it down to maybe a tight 10 minutes, but, you know, I understand.
I don't wanna
it's-
hold out
it's a
false
lot.
hope,
Yeah,
Mr. Keeley, okay? All right.
Yeah, but by that point, we'll be,
I know people will be fatigued.
we'll be an hour or
Yep.
2 into the meeting,
Yep.
so. Yeah, if we can keep that nice and tight. Are you going to have any sort of video or?
Not a video, but we will have, overhead projection.
Oh, you will?
Yeah,
Okay,
yep,
so
yep.
we'll just have to arrange that with the school.
And Ms. Green has already spoken to the the AV person with the school. They're they're aware, and they're ready to, they've got the whole setup and everything, so we've already.
We are putting the screen down
Yep,
So we just need to
Yep.
make sure our tables are set up in
Yep.
such a way that,
yes, so that we don't get decapitated,
Yeah.
when the screen comes down, yeah.
Never good when your cap gets detained.
No, no, it's painful, it's hard to come back from that.
How have the information sessions been going?
Really good. The first one was not well attended, but we were competing with the open house up at the middle school, and we knew that, but we didn't want to cancel it because we didn't want people to think there was anything there, you know? The one last night, we had about 40 people, and I'm never gonna tell you we have enough people anyway, I always want more, but the questions were really good, they were very diverse, people were really asking some in-depth questions, had given a lot of thought. People gave us really good feedback, across the board, that they got information out of it, that they learned about it, and as, Whitman Hanson Cable Access Television plays that on, you know, on the cable station, other people that weren't able to join, or perhaps aren't able to join the one on Thursday, will be able to hear some of the questions they may have being asked by other people, so, you know, in short, I think it's a good, exercise, and one of the things we're really noticing is this is a good way to engage people, and that we think this is the best practice going forward for budgets and for anything like this where there's a learning curve, and, you know, we've got to kind of get people up to speed, so.
Terrific, that's wonderful. Any other questions or comments on that one?
No, that's great, thank you.
I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to go through the first 27 articles at
Got a good clip?
a vigorous clip.
Well, the fact that we have this as the last one might compel people to go through the others at a breakneck speed,
Yeah.
to get out of there, so.
Now, if Article 28 passes, you will pass
We
over
will
this?
pass over Article 29.
Okay.
Yep.
So, we'll adjust on the fly, but, say Article 28 does not pass, then I will read. Article 29, I move the town vote to transfer $275,000 from free cash for legal fees associated with an enforcement action filed against the town by the Attorney General.
And in the, if 28 does not pass, and we get to this, then we are gonna need to have either legal counsel and/or Ms. Green explain that it is not a flat 275, like, we do not have a crystal ball knowing how much the legal fees are gonna be to fight the state. This is a beginning, this is a stake in the ground of what we are going to need to at least start to fight the state. But we have no way of knowing what the ultimate legal bill will be for that.
Okay, I think the motion should be amended, though.
To say-
And we can talk to Kate or Jay.
Okay,
I think it should be filed against the town by the Attorney General concerning the MBTA Communities Act,
okay.
so that we're more specific.
You'll take that up with Kate? Okay,
I like that.
yeah. Okay,
Terrific. Well, that'll be the end.
all right, well, we look forward to seeing you, and I don't think we're gonna have a problem getting a quorum.
No.
So,
We will not.
Yeah.
Hopefully, many of them will have pitchforks. All right.
Sean, actually, Kate won't be joining us for this town meeting, it will be Jay Holloman. Will be there.
Last from the past.
yeah,
Yes, so,
And Jay is our town council.
who's the attorney that the town uses? Okay,
All right, thank you very much.
thank
all
you.
right, good night, Sean.
All right, great.
We're gonna briefly bow out now, that was a killer speech, before the town hall, we're gonna talk about something.
No problem, we will do a brief recess so that you guys can bow out gracefully. So, Rob, we're just gonna do a brief recess, okay?
Thank you. Guys, go to bed.
Thank you. Okay, great. Welcome back to the Hanson Select Board meeting of September 30th. Coming back from a brief recess, we're going to take up our first item of business, which is discuss and vote recommendations for October town meeting warrant articles. And Ms. Green, do we have a matrix, or do we just need to slug through this here?
We have a matrix, we were not able to print it due to issues with the copy machine today.
Okay,
So if you wanna go, you should all have copies of the warrant with you?
Yes.
Okay, so if you wanna just go through, there, in the very, the second and third page, there is a matrix in here, that shows what the finance committee recommendations are. So there is one in here, it's
And
just
ours.
not separately.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, okay.
And the one,
Yep.
and the ones that the board has already recommended, the ones that are left to recommend.
Okay, great. All right, so let's start. We've got, unfortunately, the articles are not numbered on this.
Nope. Numbered?
They are.
You know what, guys?
So the articles are numbered.
I think that it's a one
It's a-
page,
but it-
2 pages.
Oh, is this 2 pages?
It's,
Is
yes,
it-
it's
oh,
2
okay.
pages here, yes,
Got
yes.
it. When we get it printed, it will be.
Can we revisit that in the future, so that it's one page? It makes it very unwieldy to
Yeah,
try
well,
to.
normally we would have had one page, because we would have been able to print it on the larger paper today, but like I said, because of the issues with the copier, we weren't able to do that, so,
Okay,
um,
okay. So, we have got Article 2, which we need, which was the,
There's a little overview right here.
yes, I know, but I'm trying to
Union contract.
go along with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Article 2, which is the police, contract, I will entertain a motion to, recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Article 3, which is the fire department, contract, union negotiations, I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Highway union contract, I will entertain a motion, that's Article 3, to recommend.
So moved.
I'm sorry, Article 4.
4.
Yeah,
4.
4 is highway.
4, yep. Did you make a
Yes, I
motion?
did, so
And who
moved.
seconded?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Article 5, which is the admin union contract, I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? All right. Article 6, Pratt Place Culvert, I will
Did we
entertain,
miss one?
huh?
No, never mind. Never mind.
Article, oh, yes, we did. Article 6, non-union personnel, I will entertain a motion to, recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Heel. Article 7, Pratt Place Culvert, I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
If I may, on the agenda, there is, a vote to ratify Article 7. If I may take that, ask you to take that out of order while we're on, Article 7.
I will entertain a motion to place, Article 7.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, all right.
All, okay, hey, chief, then that brings us to Article 8. This is where it gets dicey, I can't tell what's what.
Can we go back to,
Advertising the legal notice.
Madam Chair, if I may? Now we need to go back to Article 7 and vote to recommend.
Okay, I will entertain a motion to recommend Article 7.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Article 8, which is the,
Yeah, advertising the legal
advertising legal notices, I will entertain a motion to recommend.
notice. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Article 9,
That's already done in 10.
9 and 10 are done,
Need
okay?
11.
And then that brings us to 11. I will entertain a motion, and that is for the, postage.
So, yes, so moved.
Yep, okay, I will entertain a motion to recommend.
Aye.
Second.
All in favor? And that Article 12, I will, this is for the Regional Old Colony Communication Center, 50,000. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? All right, Article 13, which is, police cruisers, I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Article 14, IT Director, Cybersecurity, et cetera, et cetera. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Article 15, software data backup. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Great. 16, Board of Library Trustee staffing hours. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Article 17, fix the fence around the athletic fields. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Amazing. All right, Article 18, Highway Director, rubber-wheeled excavator. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Cooking with gas. Article 19, the skid steer loader. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
And
20 and 21 are done.
what one did I skip?
No.
These two.
Oh, you're saying go ahead and skip
Skip
two.
them. Now
Yeah,
you're
that's
on
because
22.
that was from ambulance funds, I think. So that brings us to 22?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Article 22, $15,000 for the, competitive grant. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Great. 23, $45,360 for the awning at the senior center.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Amazing. Board of Health advertising budget, Article 24, $2,000. I will entertain a motion to recommend.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Article 24,
No,
nope, 25,
25, 26, we already did.
25, 26. okay.
27, we are on
27.
28.
All right, so we're down to 28, wow. We did 27 already?
Yep.
Okay. 28, MBTA zoning, I will entertain a motion, I don't know what you got, well, did we,
We're gonna defer it to town meeting?
We had said we were gonna defer it to town meeting.
okay, it's not here that way, so that's why I
No,
was
it's not,
asking.
because well, I have to say, given what we've done with our seminars, et cetera, and the feedback that I've gotten, which has been pretty positive, I'm grateful to say, I'd like to recommend that.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I think that's the right move, thank you, Mrs. Rain. And then, Article 29, the legal fees, I mean, it's tricky, because,
I defer that to town meeting.
yeah, okay, all right, then I will entertain
Yeah,
a motion.
So moved.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? All right, great.
And just for clarification on
Yeah.
that, he gave us numbers of how much was in free cash and all the
Yeah.
rest. Does that include that amount?
Yep.
Yep, it includes
in there.
every single thing
Even
in here.
this one,
Yeah,
okay.
yep. But the only thing is I don't want people to get false hope that, oh, it's only 275,000.
That's
We have
true.
no idea.
We have no
How
idea.
much it is, that we're, like, that is based on Milton, our case could be completely different, could go on for ages and ages, we don't really know how much it's gonna cost, so, that's our best educated guess. All right, that is amazing, now we are moving on.
Moving on up.
And record speed, I might say, for all of the material we just covered. All right. That brings us to discuss and vote to waive Camp Kawani Lodge use fee for Hanson Community Christmas on December 17th and 18th. That's for the pickup that Hanson Community Christmas does. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I am recusing myself because I am, the president of that committee, so, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. And
301.
yep, and then application of appointment of energy, committee, Stefan Keniston. Ms. Green,
We did receive the application from, Mr. Keniston, and I have not had a chance to spoke, but I think Amy spoke with him when he brought the application in person.
have you spoken to him?
I've spoken with him, he was
Okay.
he was at our last meeting, and he's very, very well versed.
Okay, so you feel comfortable with, okay. All right.
100%.
Okay, because our, you know, just so you guys know, our litmus test is that somebody needs to speak with, you know, whoever the applicant is, and just make sure intentions are as pure as we can think of somebody's intentions being, and that there's no apparent conflict, and that they really are signing up to do that job. So, we just either have Ms. Green or one of us, or one of you guys, like, so, I don't want to say an interview, but just kick the tires a little bit, so. just so you know,
Very
okay.
But me doing it is.
Yeah, that's wonderful. All right, so I will entertain a motion to appoint Stefan Kinnison, and keep me honest on what the term will be for the appointment, Ms. Green?
This is going to be, it's a 3-year term, I believe, correct? This is a 3-year term for this.
Okay, 3-year term?
Yes.
This one here says it's annual.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Heel reading, says it's annual. Do we want to double check on that, or?
It's annual.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
okay,
It is
so 1
annual,
year then.
All right, so it's a 1-year term. Okay, so I will entertain that motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, amazing. And then we've got, Ms. Green, we have on the agenda Robert Savory of Sprague Energy, but as much as we do enjoy hearing from him, I did suggest to Ms. Green that in the interest of brevity of the meeting, that perhaps she could speak to Mr. Sprague and bring back his recommendations. So, Ms. Green, what say you?
Okay, so, Sprague Energy is the, basically the, vendor that we work with to provide, lower natural gas costs to the town. We do have a contract that is currently expired, and we were gonna wait until just before the winter to relook at rates, because it didn't make sense for us to look at rates at the beginning of the summer when they were a little bit higher. So what we have, the Eversource is gonna be coming out with their winter rates, and it is, forecasted that their winter rate is gonna be 0.9832 cents per therm. I mean, so there's other people much better at this, but, with what Sprague Energy can get us with a, 6-month term, it's 0.923 cents per therm, so it is a little bit of a savings. We could go for a 14 month,
I'm writing it down seriously.
which would be 0.931 cents per therm. It was recommended last time that we look at just the 6 months because the energy is fluctuating so much.
Yeah.
So that may be the way we wanna go for right now, just to get us through the winter, and then we can revisit this and see what the, natural gas rates are gonna do, when we approach, we get through the 6 months and get into, spring months.
What is the will of the board? What do people want to do?
So I think it's so volatile, we should go with the 6 month.
Okay, Mr. Weeks, thoughts?
Okay.
Okay, what do you, okay.
All right.
I mean, he's the expert, I'm sort of like, is that what he's recommending, or?
He gave us, these are the best available for the following, so, I would say go with the 6 month with the 0.923.
So moved. Second.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. And then, next up, we have, the vote to approve, PAC 34's request to hold a fall picnic on Saturday, October 4th, from 3 to 5 p.m. at McQuon Fields. I will entertain that motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? All right, and vote to accept donation to the senior center in memory of Dorothy Bell. I will entertain that motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I just put discuss MBTA Communities Act because I just wasn't sure if we'd have anything to discuss, and, I mean, I think we, you know, I thank everybody that's been, you know, especially Ms. Green and Mr. DeFrias and, Mr. Talaman and, Amy and Brenda for, you know, working on putting together all kinds of material for those forums, and we've got the next one on Thursday, and then it's town meeting. So, I just thought that would be a good item to discuss. It's, Sweezy, not Sweeney, although I doubt this is gonna be the first time that his name was misspelled. So, it's discuss requesting Representative Sweezy to file electronic posting bill. If you will recall, at our last meeting, I believe it was Mr. Weeks had suggested that since we've got the increase of the, fee for posting things in the newspaper, which we're required to do under the Mass General Law, and we no longer have a local newspaper, which means our costs are now gonna triple, which just seems insane for something that people don't even read in the newspaper anyway, that perhaps we would reach out to Rep. Sweezy and ask if he would be willing to put together a bill to see if we could, perhaps move into this century and post things electronically. So again, we have to, there may be legalities, there may be things beyond what Rep. Sweezy can do anything about, but we'll make the overtures, and, there's a letter in your packet, proposed, it's very basic, from Ms. Green to Rep. Sweezy, basically saying, hey, could you look into this and let us know?
Are we voting on it, or?
Yes,
just-
so I will entertain a motion to have Ms. Green send that, that
Second.
request, okay? All in favor? Okay, great. And then, update on WHRSD budget discussion. I did discuss, I had a pretty lengthy conversation with, Hillary Niffen, about this, and, Hillary indicated to me that, they have had turnover of their business manager, who has just left, and that they have hired somebody to, I don't wanna say forensically, but go through to, I guess, put together what has happened. So it's a bit forensic, but not like a forensic audit, but to kind of, put things together so that the school committee can understand what has happened. But with respect to the money that was taken from the circuit breaker account, that is reimbursable money, that was taken from, and it's very standard for them to take this money from the circuit breaker account for special needs, costs that could not have been anticipated, and to get asked for reimbursement from the state. From the state, yep. They will be discussing it at their next, like, the school committee doesn't even have any solid answers yet. They've asked, Jeff Simonek to look into this and to explain it more. But they will be talking about it at their next meeting in October. And I want to say it's not this Wednesday, but it's the following, so not this week, but the following Wednesday, whatever date that is. I'm like on a time continuum, maybe like the 9th or something. 8th, okay. But she said she would give me a heads up and verify when they were actually talking about it. And that she'd be more than willing to come and talk to us about it if we wanted her to, but she doesn't have clarity on it right now to talk to us, so,
It's the first meeting they've had this year that's not at the same time as a Conservation Commission meeting, so I will plan on attending.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. Did anybody have any other questions? Not that I can necessarily answer them, but,
No,
okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that we had reached out.
thank you.
And I don't know, Ms. Green, did you have an opportunity to, talk at all to anybody about it? I know you had left some messages.
I was able to speak with the, Whitman Town Administrator, and, there had not been a lot of discussion on on the issue yet. She did forward to me some information that they had gathered, from the, website, from the school website, that I did forward over to our town accountant to take a look at.
Okay, all right, so more to come on that. Then that brings us to 1214, liquor license, 12/14/25, for Ruwazi Christmas Party, and my apologies if I just slaughtered your last name. I will entertain a motion to
So
approve.
moved.
Okay, all in favor? Great. Committee updates, Hanson Day, it was a beautiful day. I always do a postmortem afterwards and think about all kinds of things that I would do differently. We definitely will move everybody further to the right of the school. And I've got a few other suggestions, but, the Economic Development Committee will do a deep dive and parse
Including the
through.
parking lot, the safety? Including
Yes,
that?
because actually Chief Casey and Chief O'Brien felt sort of like, you
They were
know,
out in left field.
they were a little, I mean, I don't wanna speak for them, but, Chief Casey kinda let me know, they
Okay.
felt like they might have gotten the short end of the stick being stuck in the
Well, other
parking
than it
lot,
was
so.
such a big collection of vehicles.
Somebody put the baby in the corner.
So, I mean, I thought you were like the premier, in my
thought so,
thought process,
too.
I was like, I'm giving them the premier space, and then I get,
The corner
then I
lot.
get Chief Casey going, yeah, you stuck us in the corner, I'm like, I kinda thought you were like the showcase, but I can see how you would've felt that way, so. We will take that feedback under advisement, and we will incorporate it, if the lobotomy is successful and we do it again next year. Okay, so, and then, anything on High Street Park Committee? Okay, Highway Committee?
No.
On Highway Committee, I do wanna talk to you guys, cause if our intention, which I believe it is to try to put something on the May town meeting warrant,
yeah.
we really have to get popping on this again.
We didn't have it, did we schedule another one in October?
We just talked tonight that we need to put basically something together and send an email out
Yeah,
to the
okay.
members to see when they can meet.
And then I think, with an eye towards a public forum, well, first stakeholder meeting with everybody, like the Parks and Fields guys and da-da-da-da, and then, public forum about, getting people's feedback, and then move towards, the other thing that we need is if we could get Eric to give us, the list of what is coming off of our, borrowing. I haven't had it for a couple of years from Todd, but when I kind of extrapolated, I know we've got things coming off this year and next year that would be roughly in the amount that Tony had spoken to us about, that might be needed for that building. Mr.
I
Peel?
have a question on the highway. Who was on that? I know Lisa and Ann. I think if you look on the website, I think it just lists you.
Charlie Baker, Steve Graham, Richard Jasmine.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the department heads aren't listed on the site as members, I'm not sure if they.
We should probably address that. They're probably not voting members, Mr. Hill, which is
Yeah.
what,
Right.
and again, I would defer to you guys,
Do
but
we
if.
have voting members? I mean,
That's what I was gonna
there's
say.
not enough of us to.
No, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say, now that you've kind of got some, you've started to solidify, kind of a direction to give, I think it might be appropriate for you guys to think about opening it up and adding
more
another
people.
2 or 3 members. You don't wanna get crazy, cause it will get unwieldy, but maybe another 2 or 3 members of the public, and then that will help get, that feedback, so that you get a holistic view of things. Are you good with that? Okay, all right. The Whitman Hanson Regional School Agreement Committee, we have not met. Unfortunately, I was told that, and I did watch the Whitman Select Board meeting, which I really swear, I do have better things to do, but in this case, there was no other way other than firsthand looking at it. We did have a citizen from Whitman, propose that the, Whitman Select Board not enter into the highly negotiated 2.5-year amendment, that we had all reached just very recently, and that perhaps they not enter into it, and that they would introduce, I probably should have passed out smelling salts before I say the rest of this to you guys, but, that they would like to introduce, this individual would like to introduce putting in an alternative, method, in addition to the statutory method, into the regional agreement. Now, if you recall, we had an alternate method, which was the per pupil. And then we went down that primrose path where, we found out that the statutory method, the default method, is the method that we're using now, and in order to use anything different, so our old per pupil, we would need to have the school committee vote for it, and both town meetings would need to vote for it. So, if we were to entertain adding the alternative method that this person has proposed, that same scenario would, be true. If, that alternate method was introduced, I am told that that would shift, unsurprisingly, an additional, burden of funding the schools to Hanson.
Guess what, I'm gonna vote on that.
Well, so
Guess.
I'm going to speak to the Whitman Select Board, representative, Justin Evans, about this, more in depth, and have a conversation about whether that is in fact the direction that that board is thinking of going. I didn't feel like it was just being presented. And I think that my feeling is that we would move forward with the amendment that we have, and if people want to revisit any aspect of that, then we do that in a second round, but I'll be quite honest, and if this is introduced as something that must be in this amendment, before it would be presented at Whitman Town Meeting, then I don't care if this agreement ever gets amended.
Nor do I.
And so I just wanted to put you guys on notice that that is out there. We'll act on it when we get more facts, but I wanted to make sure that you were informed. Did anybody have any questions about that?
No, just
Okay.
makes me wanna break off from them, but.
Well, and
Exactly.
I have already had people reach out on that, as you might expect.
Exactly.
Okay, any other committee reports? If not, we will turn it over to our esteemed Ms. Green for her town administrator report.
Yes, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, and members of the board. So, the office has been very busy this past week, preparing the informational warrant, preparing motions, getting things ready for town meeting, getting materials ready for the forums. We will have, the informational warrant will be updated, and it will be picked up to be brought for printing in the morning. And then we will also have it online once we update all the recommendations on the warrant, so we'll have the informational warrant online as well. And then we'll print out some copies here, we'll bring them over to the senior center, we'll bring some copies to the library, and we'll have them out by the front door. We also have a large board that reminds folks of special town meetings, so we'll place them in town hall. I just wanna say, I thought the MBTA Communities, the forum, was well-attended last night. The people, really engaged. The panel provided excellent information. And hopefully we'll have, as good a forum on Thursday. So our IT director, he has been really busy, working very hard to get our systems up to date. There's been a lot of neglect over the years, so he's been working to get our systems, our hardware, a lot of the computers are just so out to date, so he's working to upgrade computers, software.
Do we have the problem of, Windows 10 sunsetting?
That, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is, yes. Some of the computers just will not support that software,
Right.
so he's had to order new computers, to support that. So he has been really, working to update. He's been, working to get software up to date, and he's an excellent negotiator, for getting us better prices on software, things like that. I had the, opportunity to sit with him through a meeting through NextDocs, which is a public records type software, and saw him go to work on negotiating for a lower rate on that.
That's awesome.
I can't really, praise him enough for the hard work. He's being pulled in a number of different directions, but he maintains a great spirit and a lot of energy, so we're fortunate to have him on our side. Our veterans agent, officer will be coming to one of the next couple of meetings to update the board on Veterans Day events. He's still working on all of that, so he will have some updates for us in the next few weeks. No procurement updates, we still have the trash, refuge, waste, and recycling that's ongoing right now.
And what's the deadline, the 9th on that one?
October 9th,
Okay.
yes, for submission, and then, we do have opening the same day. There is a site visit coming up, and there's been a lot of, questions that have been submitted that the Board of Health is working on, so, once we have the Q&A form done, that will be posted online, and it will be handed out to, potential bidders who come to the site visit. And they can contact the Board of Health if they'd like some more information on the site visit. So the Collins Center, who we contracted with probably about almost 2 years ago to, do a capital improvement plan for us, we've had to modify the scope a little bit. It was a hope to have a real comprehensive, detailed report done. We just don't have the manpower, so they altered the scope a little bit. They've been working with department heads to get updates on, any capital items. So we are gonna have a very good, document. Not as good as I had hoped, but based on the staffing that we have, it will be better than what we have.
Any improvement is good.
So they are working with that. And some kind of exciting news. I kind of mentioned this a little bit before, but, we have 2 filming crews right now who are, who will be filming, parts of TV shows at Camp Kawani. We really made an impression on one of the companies, and this is a pretty big deal. It's the AMC's Dead City program, season 3. They're currently filming in Boston, but they are gonna be filming here at Camp Kawani, 1, 2, 3, for 4 days. And they're going to, they'll be wrapping up towards the end of October, but, it's really exciting news. There's gonna be a lot of, action that we'll see. They're gonna be, working with us to rent the McQuan for their, trucks, and they need parking for 100 cars, and
So how do we decide pricing on that? I am excited about the
I
activity,
have
but
to
I'm more
work on
excited about the
that,
money.
so.
So
Yes.
how do we know if we're competitive, if we're getting taken to the woodshed on this?
You know, it's hard because we don't have anything to compare it to. We looked at what we had for an agreement with them the last time that they were gonna film, which AMC unfortunately pulled the production. For 2 days of filming, we were gonna be paid $27,000 for 2 days. So this is 4 days worth of filming. And they also include payment for their setup days and then their breakdown days, which is 4 days before filming, and then 3.5 after filming. So we're gonna be working on all that, but who do we call to compare?
There must be like an association or like I don't know. I mean, maybe we
Yeah.
could do a little bit of digging on that to see. You know, I know there's like SAG for the actors, like there's gotta be some,
Yeah, we can certainly look into it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of exciting news because
is, yeah.
Hanson is really, we've made an impression, which is great.
Mr. Hill.
When we were going through this in the past, a couple of years ago, there was concerns about having the fire, there were.
Oh, well, that was the whole, I mean, they were gonna, like, the poor Mr. O'Brien, Chief O'Brien, I thought we were gonna have to give smelling salts to
So
him, I
there's
mean.
nothing,
Yeah.
quote unquote, extra, overly dangerous going on.
Yeah,
Well,
and
they've
any
been in
incendiary devices or anything of that sort with this? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fire
you'll
and
know
police
more?
they've been in
Okay.
touch with fire and police.
And do they cover their own insurance?
Oh, yes.
That's what we
they
made them do
cover
the
all of
last
that.
time, yeah, yeah. Yep.
All of that is covered,
Okay,
so,
so long as-
yes, yes. But, that's exciting, for Hanson and for Camp Kawani. The second, show is called, A Risk of Injury. Don't know much about that, it's
Perfectly safe, don't worry.
June Tex Productions, so
Could we
they,
get one that's called Unicorns and Fairy Tales? I mean, Dead City and Risk of Injury, it's like, for the love of Mike. Okay,
but, it's a decent revenue source,
Yeah.
For us. And actually, that concludes my town administrator report for today, kind of short, because what we've been working on. And I will be out of the office tomorrow morning, but then I'll be in the afternoon if anybody needs me.
okay, great. Then with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. We will not be returning to open session, and we will be going into executive session pursuant to open meeting law, chapter 30A, section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares litigation discussions, and to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel, discuss and vote to ratify Police Lieutenant Durgan and Lieutenant Daley contract. I will entertain that motion, and we will not be returning to open session.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much.